Welcome to this video about APA 7 citations and reference lists. By the end of this video, you should understand how to correctly write citations and your reference list in APA 7 style. So, what is a citation? A citation tells the author's family name and the year of publication when using information from a source. We must include a citation to show where we are getting our information from and to give credit to the author for their idea. We must give a citation even though we are paraphrasing the words or ideas from the author. When do we use citations? We must include citations for each piece of information. Citations can be written at the end of a sentence. This is called information prominent because the information comes first. They can also be written at the start of a sentence. This is called author prominent because the author's name comes first. So, how do we write a citation for this article? Take a moment to have a look at it. As we can see, the author's name and the date that the article was published online is here. We must use the author's family name and the year of publication to make our citation. We can see the family name is Ma, and although we have the full date, we only need the year 2022. So the citation will look like this, or it could look like this. What is the difference between these two types of citations? Well, one is information prominent and the other is author prominent. Let's look at information prominent citations first. This type of citation is where the information comes first in the sentence and the author's name comes at the very end. For example, a recent journal article suggests that the United Kingdom citizens generate 99 kilograms of plastic waste per year, while each person in the United States makes 105 kilograms of plastic waste per year. Notice here that the author's family name and the year are at the end of the sentence, completely contained within the brackets. There is a space between the last word and the citation. There is a comma and a space in the middle of the citation, and there is a full stop immediately after the citation. We would use this kind of citation in paragraphs and in note-taking. For example, we would use this kind of citation in the research outline. Now let's move on to author prominent citations. This type of citation is where the citation comes first in the sentence and the information comes afterwards. For example, according to Ma, the USA makes the most plastic waste per person per year at 105 kilograms, while UK citizens generate 99 kilograms per person. In this type of citation, only the year of publication is in brackets. We actually want to say the author's name as part of our sentence, so it must be outside the brackets. We would use this style in paragraphs when we want to draw attention to the author. We should leave an empty space between the author's name and the brackets. Now, there are some weird rules with citations. If there is no date, we still use the author's family name and then write ND, meaning no date. Here's an example of a citation like that. If there is no author, meaning we can't find the name of an individual person, we would then look for a company or a business name. Here's an example. The Guardian is an online newspaper, so it's a business. And this is what the citation would look like. Sometimes we can't find the name of a person or a business, and in that case, we would use the article title. Omicron fears in Australia is the title of the article. If there are two authors, we use the family name of each author. For example, if Michelle Obama and Barack Obama wrote an article together, the citation would look like this. However, if there are 3 or more authors, we can use a shortcut by using the words et al., which means and others. For example, if Michael Jordan, Muggsy Bogues, and Shaquille O'Neal wrote an article together, we just need to use the family name of the first author, in this case, Jordan, and then write et al. Reference lists are a list of all the sources that were cited in the assessment. At Monash College and many of the university faculties, we use APA 7 style of referencing. This is the best website to use for referencing information. You will use this for the next 4 to 5 years, so please bookmark it on your computer now. It's in Moodle in the Learning Resources tile. Your reference list should always start on a new page and be arranged alphabetically from the first letter. The Monash referencing website also has an example reference list and all of the specific rules that you should follow. The first step when you go to the referencing website will be identifying what kind of source it is that you are referencing. Is it a book, a government website, a journal article? You must follow the punctuation and formatting exactly. When the format says to use a capital letter, you must use a capital letter. When the format shows a space, you must have a space. When the format shows italics or punctuation marks, you must, well, I think you get the idea. Let's have a look at an example reference list entry. If you clicked on online newspaper article on our referencing website, you would notice that it tells us the format and then gives an example. The format for an online newspaper article is the author's family name, followed by the initial, which means the first letter of the given names, in brackets the year, the month, and the date, the title of the article, the newspaper title, and the URL. In our example, we can see that the author's family name is Convery. Their given name begins with S. It was published on August 13th, 2020. This is the title of the newspaper article. The newspaper is The Guardian, and you can see this is in italics. And then here we have the URL. So now it's your turn to try writing a reference list. Use the Monash referencing website to complete a reference list entry for an online newspaper article. Happy referencing!